I don't care what anyone has to say. We were snubbed. South Florida was snubbed, and we don't have to take it. Okay, well, I'll relax a little bit because we kind of do have to take it because the MLB Draft Combine has come and gone, and really there's nothing much you can do after the fact. But I still am going to vent a little bit in today's Curtain Call podcast on the fact that no prep players, no high school players from Miami-Dade or Broward counties was invited to the MLB Draft Combine, which was held a couple of weeks ago, June 17th to the 21st at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. I happened to be out there at the time and covered the event, and noticeably absent was the fact that no one from South Florida was there. Now, to clarify, this is the high school level. We did from Jupiter High have Gabe Grullo, the fine outfielder, South Florida commit. He was there. And from the college ranks, Antonio Jimenez from Central Florida, who went to Archbishop McCarthy here in Broward County, where I reside, he was invited, but noticeably absent were the high school kids from South Florida. We're going to dive in a lot on this, the snubbing of South Florida, why I feel that was the wrong move. But first, I want everyone to please like and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a busy week with the MLB draft coming July 13th, 14th from Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be the site of the All-Star game. It's so we're merely days away as we record this from the draft, and we're going to break it down. But I'm going to kind of break it down a little bit from what I feel we were kind of snubbed here in South Florida, specifically Miami-Dade and Broward counties, which is 95% of my focus, as well as the whole state and beyond. But we're going to dive into that. Again, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. We're growing this fast. We're getting through these summer months, and it should be a busy and a fun week with the combine. With the draft coming up after the combine. But okay, why am I so upset about this? Well, first of all, the MLB's Draft Combine is really become a nice little showcase, and it's a great opportunity for these players, draft eligible players, to be seen in one setting by all 30 major league teams. According to MLB.com, 322 draft eligible players were invited. I will throw a caveat. Miami-Dade did have a player on the invitation list, Alan Soler, the fine left-handed pitcher from True North Classical Academy. But Alan underwent Tommy John surgery or elbow surgery a couple of months ago, and he's a Central Florida commit. I'm not sure if Alan attended or not. I didn't follow up on that, but he certainly couldn't participate because he's recovering from surgery. This combine is a chance where players can work out, take batting practice, fielding practice, running, do their physicals and all that. Maybe Alan took part in the interview process, because that's a big part of it too, where you interview with teams, you meet with these teams. It's kind of like a job fair, if you will. It's a big showcase. It's everyone's under one roof, and it's really good. But I will stick to healthy players who were eligible to play, and to me. And no slide on any of the 322 that were invited, but keep this in mind: the 322 covers pretty much the first 10 rounds of the draft. If everyone in that draft is taken, that attended the combine is taken in a draft, you would fill up 10 rounds. That's really where the big money is spent in MLB. It's 20-round draft. So if you do 30 teams, 10 rounds, just that alone equals 300. There's all sorts of compensation picks and such. So 322 roughly handles the first 10-ish rounds of the draft, assuming those were the top 300 players in the country. So to me, there was at least a half a dozen players from Miami-Dade and Broward counties deserving that should have been there, and I will list them now in no specific order, but just kind of off based on just their talents. Let me throw up a video here. One of them I got is Dylan Dubovic from American Heritage. Dylan's University of Miami. He'll go to Miami if he's not drafted, but boom, you see Dylan, really good swing, projectable body. For Heritage this year, he batted .412, 12 doubles, 4 triples, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs, and he also stole 8 bases. I'll give you one more view of a Dylan Dubovik double here, but a threat every time up, had a huge year. Still, Dylan's, like all these kids, he's not a finished product. Still kind of raw in terms of, refining his swing and so forth, but all the tools are there. The event is so much now into exit velocity. Dylan's, a big kid, and he hits the ball really hard, and I'm sure his EV would have really matched up with a lot of the big names there. The other one from American Heritage, no secret to anyone who follows the channel, but Jordan Rich absolutely should have been there, center fielder. Jordan was, an outstanding player, hit 393 with 8 doubles, 4 triples, 7 home runs, 45 runs scored in 35 games, 38 stolen bases, complete difference maker. No doubt Jordan Rich should have been there. It would have helped his chance for getting drafted much higher in its earning potential. Then let's jump over to Doral Academy. I got a video here of one of my guys, really a big fan of this player, Gabriel Milano. Let's see, this is one of his home runs. Let's rewind it to the beginning so everyone could see the swing. Come on, work with me. Here we go. Here's Gabriel Milano, third baseman, Doral Academy. Boom! Big home run against St. Thomas Aquinas in the regional finals. St. Thomas went on and won that, went on to win state. But Gabo Milano, absolutely deserving University of Miami recruit there. So if he's not selected or doesn't get the money, will go and become a Miami Hurricane. One more video of Gabo, little bat flip in there, so he's going to bring you a little bit of energy as well. Again, these are highly, highly battle-tested players that we got down here. Let's move on. Gabo, let's get his stats here. As a senior, he had 520 with 42 RBIs, 42, 13 doubles and 11 home runs. Productivity, left-handed hitter, again, third baseman, could probably play, could probably play the outfield, first base. I don't know, where, he's a little bit more limited in positioning for me, but Gabriel Milano will swing the bat and should have been at the combine at least. Okay, now let's take it down to Stoneman Douglas, Nick Diaz. There are teams in on him. Big league teams are looking at him. Nick, a proven winner with Stoneman Douglas, which won their 5th straight state title. Nick, a big part of that, 366 batting average, 6 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, 40 runs scored. They have TrackMan over there at Douglas, and I'm not sure if he topped this, but at one point in the year, he had an exit velocity of 107 miles an hour. Certainly that gets you on the map. He's homered in the state playoffs. He did that a year ago as a junior at Hammond Stadium, with the spring training home of the Minnesota Twins, and the minor league facility for the the Muscles, the Miracle Muscles, whatever the Fort Myers team is that plays there for the Minnesota, that affiliate. But plenty of exit velo, plenty of projectability. Nick Diaz absolutely should have been invited to the combine. And how could I? I'm not going to overlook this player, because he's 100% deserving, could have and should have been invited. Zach Malvasio of St. Thomas Aquinas, outfielder. Zach, projectable body, does everything well. 414 batting average, 48 RBIs, 16 doubles, a triple, 16 home runs. Exit velo would have been way up there. This guy hits the ball 420. Basically Dubovik, Diaz, Malvasio, Milano, they're all capable of hitting it 410 or more, 410 to 420 feet. All capable, more than capable. And Zach has the arm strength. He came in early, at least earlier, a good part of the year. He would pitch every now and then as a closer. Fastball running up in the low 90s. Same thing, by the way, for Dylan Dubovik. He could throw off the mound. He's also a pitching possibility with a low to mid 90s fastball. So Zach Malvasio absolutely should have been invited to the MLB Draft Combine. And the player I saw the least of the group, but I'm not overlooking him, from Columbus High School, Mario Magana, who really tore up a year or so ago in the perfect game in a showcase. But Magana is another University of Miami commit. Mario hit 368 as a senior, 11 doubles, 28 stolen bases, left-handed hitter. He could fly. A little bit of positional uncertainty, whether he's going to be a third baseman, an outfielder, but, bat-to-ball skills are really up there. And Mario, to me, absolutely should have been at the Combine. Another case for why South Florida should have been there. Keep in mind, Miami-Dade and Broward counties sent six schools to the state playoffs, semifinals and finals in Fort Myers. Brito did not advance, so they did not reach the title game. But they played a really good game in 1A. They lost 2-0 to who did they play against? It escaped my mind. The team went on St. John's Country Day, I think it is, out of Orlando. They lost to them, but that team was a really good team as well. But Brito is the only one that didn't go. But in the teams that advanced to the championship game, 5-0, South Florida, 5-0. And okay, I get it. I covered the big leagues and still do for over 20 years. I understand high school is not the big leagues and the draft. But the people were saying, we don't have high-end players. Oh, we don't have that high. We don't have the Tristan Casas, the automatic first-round pick like we've had in years past. Well, I tell you this much. All our teams went and played all those teams with all the big names in the state and beat them all. And our guys outperformed their guys. Now, and we have projectable players here. I think what happens is word gets out that word is down. So kind of people, maybe they drop their guard. They're not looking at everybody as carefully. But don't tell me, okay, maybe we don't have the first or second or third rounders. But certainly we have first 20 rounds. And we'll back this argument up even more by the fact that let's turn the clock back to 2024 when I covered the Combine out in Arizona for the first time. So 2 years in a row I've done it. And make no mistake, I'm taking shots at the Combine selection process, but they do a great job. Someone's always going to feel snubbed. And it's just my turn to vent about my market being snubbed. But in 2024, 4 players I have written down went to the Combine and participated in some capacity. 5 players, excuse me. Devin Fitzgerald from Stoneman Douglas, Ronnie Cruz from Miami Christian, Michael Torres from Doral Academy, Manny Marin from Westminster Christian, and Lazaro Callero from Westminster Christian. Of that group, Devin Fitzgerald and Ronnie Cruz got drafted. Fitzgerald in the 5th round by the Texas Rangers, Ronnie Cruz in the 3rd round by the Chicago Cubs. Michael Torres, the other 3 didn't get drafted, but they also kind of made it clear through their representatives that if they weren't taken in it, for X dollar figure, they were going to go to college. But what did Manny Marin do? He was a star freshman starter at Tennessee, University of Tennessee, and is considered one of their nucleus players, their core players moving on to next year. Played third base, but to me, he's a shortstop. Just was waiting his turn. Laz Callero went to UM. He got some innings, struggled a little bit, which does happen. And Michael Torres went to UM, and he got a lot better. If you looked at Michael's numbers by the end of the year, he was hitting much better. Got the experience. The Canes went to the regional finals or semifinals, something like that. And Mikey Torres had some really good games and it's really grown up. Let's take it even further because I think this is what's going to happen this year to our players. We had 3 players from Miami-Dade and Broward counties that were drafted from the 11th to the 20th round. So these aren't considered the money rounds, but all 3 signed. Edgar Colon, right-handed pitcher from Varela, went to the Reds in the 11th round. Jaden Dubanowitz from Stoneman Douglas, he was drafted in the 16th round by the Milwaukee Brewers. He signed, turned down the University of Florida commit there. Colon was a Miami Hurricane. And Luca Ramirez, who was committed to Tennessee, 17th round to the Angels. Luca from American Heritage. All 3 of those guys are currently, the guys from 11th round to 20th are all, playing and performing. Last I looked, all performing pretty well. Colon, to me, was Probably the Raw is probably the one who was needed the most. And the last I looked, his numbers kind of reflected that, but there's no debating projectable body. The quality of the arm is just a matter of refining, putting it together. So I'm not writing him off. But Dubanowitz and Ramirez, Manny Ramirez's son, Luca, both are producing pretty well, pretty darn well. And then even if you look at Devin Fitzgerald, he was like the Rangers like prospect of the month a month or so ago, and Ronnie Cruz is doing very well with the Chicago Cubs. So our players have track records. Our market has a track record, and that's why I'm standing up for it. Now, on the plus side, Antonio Jimenez, from the college ranks, like I said, you went to Archbishop McCarthy, really stood out. 108.4 mile an hour high exit velocity. I honestly think Antonio put himself in the top 3 rounds, similar path to what Ronnie Cruz did when Ronnie Cruz last year at the Combine had 107.9 miles an hour off the bat. Both are shortstops. Antonio could play third base, probably could play the outfield, probably second base. A lot of positional flexibility. Miami Marlins, keep an eye on him. I mean, he kind of fits what you're looking at. And like I said, Gabe Grullo of Jupiter, he played in the high school game. They have like at the Combine, the first night for the high school players, obviously not the college players, they play a 7-inning game. So it's just, guys out there getting to see how they look in the game setting. Gabe, I think, had 2 hits, at least an RBI or 2 in that game as well, looked good. So they accounted for themselves well. Again, Alan Soler, hopefully, there's a good chance he will get drafted, even knowing that he's not going to be really able to pitch in 2026. But the quality of the arm before Allen got hurt was being talked about as a top 2 round. So, again, this is, kind of my little my rant. My little critique. I thought the South Florida kids deserved better. I think some of the kids I listed potentially will be in that first 10 rounds. I don't think we have any first or second round people, but you never know with these players. But I think they're going to be bargains. I think at the end of the day, when we're looking back at the draft, we're going to see that the guys I'm talking about and others will have been deserving to have not only been at the Combine, but will be backed up by the fact that they will have been drafted. So again, as we kind of wrap this one up, please like and subscribe to the channel. I have plenty of video of all these players, throughout. The Man on Second channel, you will see a lot of highlights. If you go back, you can see Ronnie Cruz from last year's Combine. I have videos of him. I have an interview with Devin Fitzgerald that took place last year, and Michael Torres and Manny Marion. So that all that content's there on the channel. I kind of flood the zone a little bit more this week, really focus a lot on the shorts I'll send out. Will be a lot of players I think should be drafted or certainly in consideration of that, as well as the others. But again, South Florida is deserving of being up there and being represented all the time on anything. We don't lose our edge. We're competitive. We have the track record. We have the players, and we will see how things panned out. But with that, again, thanks for everyone to tuning in, and we will catch everybody in the next video.